Like any good adventure, this one began with breakfast with friends. Milo and Becca dropped me off in Astoria, where I headed south down the coast. Eventually, I'll take a left-hand turn towards my final destination in Yorktown, Virginia. That's the plan, anyway. A lot can happen in 4,300 miles. Well, we're here at Ecola State Park. Just absolutely beautiful views. It was a little bit of an extra climb, honestly. If I wasn't going for such a short day, I probably wouldn't have added these extra 3 miles of hills. Not to get sappy already on day one, but I mean, this is just amazing how this feels, and just kind of being out here with everything I need, just moving my body. Feels ancestral in some way. I think there's a cute little coffee shop up here in a little while, but really enjoying just this long, straight road. Maybe a little bit more traffic than I'd like, but you can really just kind of cruise down it, enjoying the weather. What a day. I even get to patch a tire. Don't get that every day. Everybody loves a hand pump. Cyclist's favorite pastime. Yeah. And now, put it back on your bike and ride the heck on out of there.
Good morning from Cape Lookout State Park here in Oregon on the coast. Today, eating my cold oats and my cold coffee on account of my lighter not working at all. So that's been nice. Today is an exciting day because we actually start making miles eastward. So we're going to head down to Pacific City from here. We're right off the coast of Tillamook currently, and from there we're going to go east towards Salem. So big deal. We got to do the official tire dip in the Pacific Ocean so that we'll know we've actually crossed the entire continent when we get to the other side. And yeah, boogie on over to Salem-ish. Not quite Salem. Should be a fun day. Let's do it.
All right, we're waking up to a climb today. I think it's like 700 or 800 feet over a couple miles. Currently at 1 mile to go to the top and about, 400 feet. You know, I love a good hill. It's a great way to wake up. Get a lot of my work done early, roll down the hill to the next town, do my grocery shopping, and I don't know, maybe get another coffee. I think a hot coffee would be nice. I'll see you at the bottom. All right, just did a little shopping in Pacific City. We got some peanut butter, we've got some tuna. Gosh, we've got a bunch of bars, got a bunch of tortillas. Yeah, I'm feeling adequately fueled up and ready to ride some miles. So yeah, all these calories on me. Got lots of water, let's do it. All right, we've made our left turn away from the coast. We're officially headed east through this absolutely gorgeous farmland. Yeah, the riding's easy. The miles so far are melting right off. Very smooth road, good wind. You know, I'm not complaining. All right, hanging out in Grand Ronde. Found some shade behind this convenience store. Got myself a Fanta. Usually not a big soda drinker, but you know, it's water with free, glucose, free sugar. It's water with free sugar. Or expensive sugar, I guess, is really what's true about that. Oh yeah, one more update. I look like a dad who just got into fly fishing. Well, we found a nice gravel road to finish the day off on. Some nice quiet riding. No traffic out here. Headed into a place called Rick Reel. I was, for a moment, headed towards Dallas, to try and find some water and stuff, but then took a look at the map and turns out that Rick Reel is an actual place too. So they've got some convenience stores and I think even a coffee shop. So we're headed to the big city. Not really, but yeah, kind of a fun little gravel grinder here for the end of our day. Well, we made it to Polk County Fairgrounds in Rick Reel. It's a balmy 88 degrees here. Honestly, I'm kind of happy to find out that it's that hot because the riding didn't feel that bad. I felt like when I was moving through the wind, I was pretty comfortable. And then I stopped to fill up my water bottle here and just really felt the oppression of the heat. So Yeah, super excited to be here. But there's a little surprise they left me. So check this out. Just a little men's restroom in the middle of wherever, Oregon. You know, normal stuff, stalls, ooh, outlets. We're gonna use those tonight. Yeah, baby. A shower? A shower? That's crazy. This place is heaven. Well, here we are, the end of a day at the Polk County Fairgrounds. Did something like 68 miles today, so adding just a little bit on to the mileage. Tomorrow's going to be about 80 down to Eugene, but it's pretty flat, so I think it'll be a pretty easy day.
Good morning from the tent. So yesterday when we rolled in here, the bathrooms were unlocked, and I hung up a couple pieces of clothes to dry. And somebody closed the door, and apparently those bathrooms locked. So we're waiting until 8 o'clock. There's some people who are supposed to show up at a building over there. But in the meantime, we're just going to hang out and drink coffee and read.
Well, there is no such thing as free lunch. I went into the office at the fairgrounds here to ask them, hey, could I get the code to that door? And they were like, yeah, that'll be $20 for camping overnight. Fair play, though. I mean, most city parks don't come with a shower. Today is mostly Highway 99, which is this road. Just kind of one of those big-ish roads with a wide shoulder and a lot of traffic. Fortunately, though, in this area, I get a whole bike path to myself. That's pretty cool. Gotta be honest, for this stretch, I'm just kind of breaking my easy rule and riding like I'm a road cyclist. Kind of exiting zone 2 a little bit. These roads are just perfect. Smooth, just a little windy. The legs just kind of want to go. Made it into Eugene, just got off the main drag, which was chaos. Can't believe how much of a mess Coburg Road is, but we got through it. So yeah, we're in the neighborhoods. That's it for riding today. Probably about 80 miles, I don't know, probably about 90 degrees. Felt easier than it should be, but then again, most things are when they're flat with a 15-mile-an-hour tailwind. Looking forward to tomorrow. Catch you then. And today is tomorrow. Biking back out of the neighborhood and headed to the grocery store. Gonna pick up the necessaries. Today we are going to go about 2,000 feet up and about 62 miles to the east, where we will basically camp right at the base of the mountain that separates this side of the world from Sisters, Oregon. Yeah, hey, I'm calling about that cocktail bar for sale. All right, that's a deal. Just having a little lunch break. Some more tamales de mantequilla de maní. Behind a Cooper's Express, of all places, if you can believe it. But this Cooper's Express might be, in fact, the most important in the world to me. Because back when I was just a wee lad, I'd ride my bike out to here. Vita. It's about as far as I could go out in a day ride and come back in feeling pretty safe distance-wise. And one time I came out here and I met a couple guys. And these guys looked completely destroyed, like crazy farmer's tan. Had a bunch of stuff strapped to their bike. And asked them where they were going, and they said they'd come from Virginia and they were almost in Eugene. And at that point, I never really considered biking anywhere more than one day. And it just kind of flipped a little switch in my brain. And I think subconsciously somewhere in there, the idea that I'd probably have to do that ride someday came up. There's something really wonderfully circular about them inspiring me in some latent way. And now I'm doing this thing that they did, backwards. Good morning, and welcome to another day of short shorts, tank tops, and bikes. So far, the vibe on this trip has been very chill, but that's about to change. Today, we're doing 4,000 or 5,000 feet of elevation to get over to Sisters. They say you got to choose what you want to suffer for, and I'd say a pastry in Sisters, Oregon is worth suffering for. Okay, if you say so, little computer. This is just spin class with bears. Found a similar crazy person going up 242. Sandra. Having a nice chat. Makes this actually a lot easier. Indeed. All right, we'll see you somewhere closer to the top, probably. It's 2:30. We're in Sisters. We just got our shopping done. Got some cash. Picked up some pasta. So we hit a decision point whether we should go forward 30 more miles and make it to Smith Rock State Park, or crash here in Sisters, or maybe do something in between. It's as hot as it's going to get today, about 90 degrees. And I've just decided I'm going to load up on water. We're going to do it. It's 30 miles. A little bit downhill. Just sounds nice to be out riding. Good morning from Smith Rock State Park. Slept last night in the bivouac area, which is a fancy name for a place you can camp. Had a really lovely night, slept extremely well. Yesterday was nice, about 67 miles. That last stretch from Sisters out here was really smooth, felt really good. I kept putting tortillas and peanut butter in, and the legs kept putting miles out.
Today, we're just going to keep going east. There's kind of an interesting hostel about 70 miles from here that I'm curious about. Maybe we'll make it there, maybe we won't. But let's make breakfast, drink some coffee, pack up, and get on out of here. So most of the time on this route, there's a town conveniently within 20 or 30 miles of wherever you're going. But right now, we are in Prineville, and we're about to go to Mitchell, which is a solid 46, 47 miles from here. And it's going to be about 90 degrees this afternoon. So I've just stopped here at this roadside espresso and smoothie shop to get myself a little bit of coffee to get a little bit of positive attitude going on for this rather long gap without much resource. But yeah, it's going to be all right. I've got completely full water bottles. I'm going to take it slow, take lots of breaks. Tons of sugar and snacks on me. So we'll just make an afternoon out of it and roll into Mitchell this evening.
I think I drank that coffee a little quick. Not feeling my best. 45 miles to go, 90 degrees. And we're climbing. I'm sure it'll pass, but having a little stomachache on a hill in the heat is not the best.
Well, we found a restroom at Ochoco Lake and resolved our stomach issues. This place is a lovely little stop along the way. We're only about 5 or 6 miles outside of Prineville, but saw a nice picnic bench and thought we'd have a little rest here. Getting lots of calories in me, getting lots of water. I'm feeling really good again. I think I just slammed a lot of sugar and a lot of coffee. I got to be careful about that. Hello from Mitchell, Oregon. We made it. That last descent was really wonderful. Honestly, today was much easier than I thought it was going to be. That 50-mile gap without services turned out to actually just be a really beautiful ride. And that's actually been a little bit of a theme recently. I keep waiting for like a hard day or a day where I'm really not enjoying myself. And I was kind of bracing for that today, but turned out to be lovely.
Morning. We're headed out of Mitchell, starting with a couple 1,000-foot climb and then a long descent down into this place called Dayville, where I plan to do a little bit of shopping. Looks like it's 38 miles from here, according to that sign over there. Had a lovely night at Spoken Hostel. Some good company. Made a new friend, John, musician, twice my age, trucking along on the same path. It's funny how similar so many of the people I meet are to myself out here. If you want to find people who are similar to me, just start riding in the middle of nowhere. You'll meet all of them. So this has been a bit of a punishing way to wake up, to be honest. Got about 1.9 miles left on this climb. I'll be happy to see it gone and cool down with a little wind. Well, that's it. That's the top. Man, it is smoky up here. it really wouldn't be a trip through Eastern Oregon in late July without some wildfires. Obviously, it's annoying to breathe this haze, this smoke, but I know that there are some families out there having a much worse time on account of houses and property being lost to these fires. So, you know, trying to keep it in perspective out here. Still having a really nice day, but it's yeah, it's a sad thing that happens out here.
Well, guys. Oh, we made it. That was a bit of a tough one. Of course, yesterday my musings about wondering when the adversity would show up probably brought the smoke. Classic rookie mistake. Today wasn't a horrible day, though. I met some cool cyclists going the opposite direction. That was really fun to just have a moment of connection and chat. I'm trying to figure out how to document things like that. In that moment, I kind of felt like I wanted to keep it very human and in the moment in real time, and something about bringing my camera into it felt intrusive or taking us out of that really human connection that we had at the moment. I don't think I'm going to ride in this type of heat this late in the day anymore if I can help it. It just became a slog, and it was never really at the point where it was dangerous, but it was certainly at the point where I was like, this isn't that fun. Certainly the smoke changes the vibe and also is a little bit of an irritant on the lungs. We've made it to Clyde Holiday State Park, which is just outside of John Day, basically 6 miles to John Day from here. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to get up really early. We've got 81 miles to go to Baker City, and I'm going to take a rest day there where I will edit this first week. And I think if we just wake up early and hit it in like normal temperature for bicycling, it's not going to be such a bad trip. So yeah, 81 miles, a little long, but then I get to just like chill out in air conditioning for a whole day after that. So that sounds like a big treat to take a little vacation from my vacation. But yeah, about to eat dinner and settle down for the night. But yeah, today's been a day with a little dramatic arc, and there are days that are a little bit less fun or a little bit more challenging, and I'd still say that on the balance, today was a day that felt very worthwhile, and I'm really happy that I got miles eastward. I'm really happy with the people that I met, the food that I ate, and ultimately a lot of the cycling. So yeah, I'll catch you probably pretty early in the morning, and we'll get moving towards Baker City. All right, it's about 6:10. We're up with the cows. Feels so good to be out here. I've forgotten what it's like to ride a bike in like 50, 60 degree weather. Got a couple towns that are, I don't know, about 10 or 15 miles apart in front of me. And we're just gonna ride into them and get some food, maybe have a cup of coffee and have a nice day out here. Yeah, moo to you too.
It's 6:30, just kind of cruised through John Day. The espresso shop wasn't open, so we're off to the next town. All right, we made it to this place called Prairie City. It's almost 8 o'clock, so things might be open here. And we're just gonna see what they have in terms of coffee, maybe a little pastry sort of breakfasty thing, and we'll pick up some snacks. Here we are in Prairie City. No real fancy food for us today on account of the fact that it's Sunday, but we did get some Pop-Tarts and a drip coffee. So enjoying it out here. Found a restroom on top of a hill in the middle of nowhere. Boy, is that a luxury. Look at that profile. We just climbed 7 miles to get to the top of that first hill. So, if we feel like doing 2 more significant hills, but mostly downhill, I think we can make it all the way to Baker City. And that's one hill. This is kind of a special turn because this road here that I just came up is Highway 26, and then this road that we're going onto is 7. I basically live on Highway 26 in Portland, so I'm finally turning off my street. All right, here we are cresting the summit of hill number 2. Hill number 2 really provided. A group of cyclists coming the other way on the same trail that I'm on stopped, and one of them, Simon, very kindly gave me his bear spray. It was on my shopping list, but yeah, so kind. I really, really appreciate that sort of camaraderie and sense of teamwork out here. So thanks so much, Simon. Made this hill even better. I won't lie to you, this is hard work up here. Got 19 more miles to Baker City. Although it's downhill, there's a pretty stiff headwind and the smoke is thick. Oh, I will be so happy to get into town, get a room with AC, and just chill out for a day. You know, adventure involves discomfort, and it's this discomfort that's making the impending luxury all the more luxurious. All right, we're here on our rest day at the Baker City Motel and RV Park. This place is actually rad. It's got a great view. Things are a little bit complicated here in Baker City because the Durkee fire is currently burning about 10 miles southeast of here. And bad news is the wind is coming straight at us today in the forecast. So I've debated taking off to the northeast because that's where the route goes. But I think I'm still gonna take my rest day and just pay really, really close attention to any updates that come out of the fire department here and be really ready to go. I've researched to make sure that there are alternate modes of transportation out of here if bike just isn't cutting it in that case. I don't know. I don't deal with wildfires very often, so I'm not sure if I can ride away from one or not, but I'm certainly not willing to chance it. So yeah, had a wonderful breakfast though, read my book. And in the morning anyway, it's just incredibly beautiful here. The weather's still not terribly hot and makes me want to hang out here sometime when the fires aren't raging and it's not 100 degrees. So yeah, nice place.